have a couple of updates that we want to put out here. So one is on funnels, and other one is on social media, blogs, and the email builder releases that went live recently. So let me take it over and talk through what is coming up in funnels, and then we'll go from there. Cool. So I mean, for the last couple of months, we have been working on speed enhancements, and right now these changes are in QA. So very soon, you will all be seeing these speed enhancements. So I want to post some, the data points that we have observed right here. So in page speed insights, we are seeing that on desktop we got about 65% increase in the performance for the same page before and after, and 3 times faster page load. The specifics are just listed out here, and it's almost like now no block time. So the first, the total block time right here in the new after the speed enhancements is only 20 milliseconds. So the content is readily available for you to just start seeing and start engaging with it. So that is a kind of improvement that we are able to see. And essentially, we have taken all the elements that are very frequently used in the funnels and the websites, and we started focusing on them to increase the speed. So this is the kind of performance that we are able to get out of this. We also have the video recording of before and after. So if you see, the before one is going slow, but then the after one is, it's really fast. So it is already done. So let me play it again. Yeah.
Remember to get yourself if you're not presenting.
Cool. So yeah, so this is what we are able to see, and so fully loaded is about 0.8 seconds before. I'm sorry, 0.8 seconds now, and 3.3 seconds before. So this is the kind of enhancements that is coming our way pretty soon. Secondly, the mobile also, now we are working on it. So this is work in progress right now. So we are able to get about 320% improvement in performance. Still, we are looking at how to go further down. So this is our current status on the mobile, specifically on mobile. So which is about 59% is where we are. So this is work in progress. For some reason, my desktop is acting up. Just give me a moment, please. Yeah. So the next update is, so we have the Accordion element coming in. The Accordion element is, going to have certain features like allowing the multiple. Of course, you'll be able to enter your FAQs or any content that you want to hide, and on need basis, if you want to keep it open for your customers, you will be able to do that. So this is the design, and it is getting into development stage sometime, in a couple of days or so. So probably on Friday or Monday, it is going into development. So this is what is going to coming up there. So we will have, you will have the ability to reorder the questions just with a drag and drop, and inline you will be able to edit the text and format it right here with the floating, floating editable capabilities maybe from TinyMC. We are still deciding how to, what tool to use for these experiences, but then this is going to be the experience. And also here, you will have options to, by default, you can, you can allow multiple options to be expanded, or maybe one at a time. Or you can choose whether you want to keep the first item open when the page loads, or you want to keep all the items loaded when the page loads. And of course, whether you want to have a expand or collapse all button, the one right here. So those are all the configurable options. Also here, with some quick actions, you will be able to, you'll be able to just add new FAQs, or you will be able to delete these FAQs as well. Again, my internet on desktop is acting up. Just give me a moment. And the next one, of course, with the Accordion, we have 3 different options will be there. So one will be by default, all the questions are separated with the spacing. And then the second one will be a simple accordion where there will be just a one line separator between the between the elements in the accordion. And the third experience will be a self-contained one. So there won't be any spacing and the questions follow one after the other. I'm sorry for the bad internet. It is still loading on the desktop. In the meantime, let me talk through the Instagram widget as well.
Why don't you share those slides with Shivam or somebody else and they could share them?
Yeah, sure. Let me send over that to Shivam. Shivam?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that to show up on my side.
Yeah, so I will start going through this, and if it goes down, so please, you please open it up.
Cool.
Cool. So the next one is the Instagram widget. So with this Instagram widget, you will be able to see from which social handle you want to pull the feed from. And of course, there will be three different feed options that you will have. One is a grid layout. Second one is the single post slider, and third one is multi-post slider. These will be the options, what you see here. And of course, you can pull feed from a particular handle or a particular hashtag only. Or you can also say that, okay, don't show the feed from, let's say, maybe you have a competitor or particularly somebody, who you don't want to include the post items in your feed. So you'll be able to exclude them as well using these options. So that's what is going to come up on the funnels. So that's all I have for now. So maybe Pooja can take over and talk through the other items.
For sure. Okay, so first thing that I wanted to share was about the social planner release. We recently released LinkedIn pages and profile, and also Instagram carousel. That were the main parts on the social side. And other than that, we've added few smaller functionalities to the main concept of social planner. So let me just walk you guys through. In social planner, once you come over here, there will be an option of LinkedIn. You can connect your pages and profile, both of them. And also in the when we are creating the post, I'll show you how it will look. The second thing that we have added something that's going to help you out in when you're creating your post, or it will just help you manage and save time a lot. So if you click on add group, over here, you can give any name of the group. The grouping of social is mainly for if you are running two different brands and you're using at one place. So some of them are private profiles, so you don't want to use any such type of words or anything. But some of the profiles will be public, and you want to use bit of good words over there. So if you just want to group it out for your better movements and everything, so this is the best way to do it. So for example, I'm just creating a group over here. And you can just choose which all socials you want to add. So there will be in the drop down, you can get, sorry. In the drop down, you can get which all socials you want to choose. So the socials will remain unique over there, and they cannot be used in the other one. So for example, if I'm choosing these two ones, then they stay unique to this particular group. And you just need to click on create, and it will just get created. So once this is done, the next thing we need to do is you click on your create new post, and you'll have the new group created over here. So if I just want to post it to this particular group, I can just pick that up, and then I'll be able to do that out. I can also choose manually from all the socials list, but the list might grow on if you have more than 10 or so. So this will just help you manage things out. Yeah. So hey there. And then you can add multiple images right now, because we have chosen not just Instagram, but the other socials as well, like Facebook and LinkedIn. So I cannot show multiple images carousel, but other than that, if you have just chosen Instagram over here, you'll be able to post multiple videos, multiple images, and videos and images both together as a multimedia. So you can do that, but there's a limit to it. Like you can add only 10. That will just help you out when you're creating the content. Then like there is an option called follow-up comment. This is more like, your first automated comment that goes out along with your post. So this only works out for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. For Facebook group, if you have chosen for Facebook group from like, social planner setting, like you need to link your Facebook group to your Facebook page. So there's an article available on that. Like you can go over there and check that out. So I'm just adding over here, like hashtag. And then choosing to post now. And yeah, you'll be able to check this out. It'll show up over here. Right now it will show up like it's in progress. We have done a bit of a work in terms of like background posting. Like earlier, we used to get like a lot of customers saying that, we have failed posts. So we are working towards the fact that, we want to reduce the number of failed posts that you're having. So our next, next item that the whole team is working towards is like giving you like, reduced failed post option, and you getting notifications whenever your integration is breaking up. Yep. So just give a 1 second or two. And I guess like all of them just got posted. So if you click on like LinkedIn post, then this is how it will come, and there will be an automated first comment that will come up. So this is how the follow-up comment will work. The next thing that I wanted to show everyone was in regards to the part where I said that, if you want to even have like automated comments for your Facebook page or group too, for Facebook group, then this is the place you need to go. So you go to like your social planner settings. There will be for each and every group that you have, there will be a drop down that will come. So right now, if the person who has connected, like their name will only come, but like if you want to even connect your Facebook page over here, you can choose that. And whenever a comment goes out, like it can go as a name of Facebook page as well. So whoever you choose as publish as, on their name, it will go out as this particular post. And there will be a reconnect option whenever your integration breaks out. The reconnection can be done at any point. Like you can choose to reconnect from here. None of my accounts have been like, the token has expired, so it does not show up over here. But if the connection had expired, it would have shown up over here. So these are the updates that we have done recently for Social Planner.
Pooja, sorry, are you going to be putting a banner up there? Because mine has disconnected multiple times, and
yep,
I'm not the one scheduling it. So
yep. So what we are going to do, something that will help you out over there, is like we'll be saying over here, saying that if the connection breaks, whom should we mail out? As in, like, if the connection for Facebook broke out, then whom should we mail out? So you can just choose the person from your team, and the mail will go to them. So they get notified every time that their connection needs to be reconnected. Yeah, and it will also show up when you are creating the post if it has been disconnected. So you'll get to know like this particular account has got disconnected. I guess Mary, that answers your question, right?
Yes, thank you.
Pooja, could I ask another question off of that? You mentioned being able to post multiple images at once. For Instagram, would that auto crop those? Like if they're different sizes or anything? I know Instagram likes to keep everything the same. Just wondering.
Yes. So I would say yes, they will crop it out if they are of different sizes. Like because Instagram follows their own policy for like taking the picture in. We can give you like the exact like good amount of like nearby vertical and horizontal image types that will just help you out to know that this is the best size to post as.
Beautiful, thank you.
Hi, Pooja, just one other question, if you could. I did ask this in the chat, but it's much later. IG stories and reels posting, is that something that's on the roadmap for the future?
Yes, so that will be on the roadmap for future. Right now, we are just going with the fact that we want to cover as many socials first, and then like move towards the vertical. That includes like mobile notification and then posting it out. So that will be something like later in the stage where we'll do it.
And actually,
Also,
what I don't want to encourage is I don't want to encourage people jumping in on the product manager presentations, because what's the point of the chat and asking people to pose questions? So Pooja, can you wrap your, is there anything else you want to mention that's coming up that just tell everybody, hey, here's the next 5 things, and then we'll go through the questions.
Yep. So next 5 things that we are focusing on is ideally first thing is like, the reason that you're getting failed posts will show you like what is the reason for that. We'll also provide you the notification if any of your connections are broken up. Then the next thing that we'll be focusing on is the approval flow, and Twitter is the other 4th thing that we are going to focus. So these are the 4 main things that we'll be keeping ourselves like, in the coming days to work on. Yeah.
Thanks, Pooja. Any other product managers need to go before we jump in, or any other updates from you, Pooja, on email builder or anything else?
Yeah. Yes. So
Okay.
Yep, Nasa.
Go ahead, Pooja. Just complete your plan.
Okay. So this is what we have done recently for Social Planner, and we have recently released like our whole new email builder. Like what you used to experience in the email builder, we have changed that whole experience to a newer format, which will have like campaigns and templates right now. So we have that changed. So if you go to any of the beta, like after this call, like just whenever you get time, like just visit it out. Like we have created like, you'll be able to get like an option of email campaigns and templates. Can you mute everyone out? Sorry. Okay. So we have an option called emails.
Anish, can you mute yourself, please?
You can mute people, right?
Sorry.
So in emails, there will be option of like campaigns and templates. The idea is like, with templates, you can create like, your reusable templates out. So you don't need to again and again, like keep on creating like, your header and footer and like, other subscribing links. So what we have decided, what our main idea was like to provide you with templates. So you can create like, a predefined templates for your own self. And then you can create like campaigns out of it. Inside like templates area, you'll have like 3 options right now. You can create like, create your templates from an existing campaign that has already been ran. You can choose from gallery. Right now we are working on like, you'll see a basic gallery that you were seeing, but we'll be working over that. And like, you'll get a full blown gallery over there. And then you can choose from a blank one, like do you want a design one or a code one? So that will just give you an option like, do you want to start from scratch? So this is the option. And then if you go to campaigns, there'll be an option like, you can choose from all the templates that you've created. So for example, in my case, if these were the sales template, I can just choose that out, and then I can make the changes accordingly required. Then I can just save and schedule them out. And also like, all of the other features you'll be able to do over here. And in the dropdown, if like for the batch one or RSS one, or even the scheduled one, you'll be able to like, change, you will be able to reschedule them out before 1 hour. You'll be able to change the dates and everything over there. And as well as if there is some content mistake that goes out, like, you've done an email blast and there's some content mistake, then in the dropdown, there'll be an option called, like right now, I don't have any campaign that I can show, but it will show you update email content. So if you click on that, if you change the content of the ongoing campaign, what you could do is like, you can change the content and then like you can send it out. So it will update the update it out with a newer copy of it, even though your campaign is ongoing. So that will just help you out in like, keeping yourself with the updated copies. And yeah, and also you get like updated stats as well. So if you click on statistics, this is what you'll get over here. You can see between the numbers and as well as like percentage, and you can also check out show more statistics over here. And there'll be an option of like export coming out soon. So this is what we are working on right now, and this will be live within like 2 weeks on production, and then on app.gohighlevel.com. So you can check that out. And yeah, and right now it's on beta, so you can definitely check it out and share your feedbacks with us.
Awesome.
Did you cover blogging?
Sorry?
Or did you cover blogging?
No, I have not yet came on blogging. I'm so sorry. So regarding blogging, the last part of blogging is, I guess everyone might have seen like the pictures from like what Sean had shared in the video regarding our designs. So we have started working on it, and we have started with our first initial step with blog posts. So we have started working on it, and soon, like, you know, within 2 or 3 weeks, like you'll get some preview of it from Sean soon. So yep, these are the updates from our side.
Awesome.
But
Do we
did
have
go
any?
over the blogging screens already? Or-
No, I haven't gone through blogging screens. I've kept them
No, we
out,
should
but
show
I
those
do not.
off.
Oh, okay, awesome. I'll show them. Okay. Yeah. So these are the MVP screens that we are going to target. What Sean had shared was like you know, what we had initially thought upon, but these are the initial screens that we'll be working upon. Inside, like, you know, everyone will come to marketing, and there will be an option called blog. Over there in the blog, there will be an option, something called as like, you know, you can set up your blog in like funnels page. Like you can create your blog in funnel, but you'll create your blog post inside like inside the blog option given in marketing. Once you click on like, you know, you set up your blog, it will open in a new tab, a funnels editor, and then it will have a predefined header, a blog title, and like, you know, you'll be able to pull in like all your blog posts. So you'll get 2 types of option over here between like, you know, the view and look. This is all MVP. Later on, you'll be able to customize these things as well according to your requirements. And then like you get like 2 options between them. And right now there will be just a dummy content over here, but later on, like, you know, it will be replaced by, once you have a preview and URL ready, it will get replaced by whatever the blog post that you've created. So yeah. So once like, you know, you've created your blog, the next thing is like you creating your first blog post. So you click on like create blog post, and then like first thing that you need to do is you need to set up your SEO, which is like your title, description, and an image. So this is your blog post that you are creating. Once this has been added, like you'll come to an editor area where you will get like all the basic editor elements. So it will have like all of the simple things, as well as you can add like, you know, background image, read time, quotes, as well as like you can add emojis and all different things. So initially we are not providing, like, you can also embed images and videos from here only. So this is what something that we are going to provide. And then there are just showing the option that you'll be able to see version history, preview your post, and then you can publish them out. So if you click on like the option on the top right corner, seeing that publish and schedule. Yeah, if you click on that, then this is the option that will come up. So it will give you a blog URL. It will allow you to choose the category. It will allow you to add tags, and it will allow you to add your authors over here. And then you can choose between the option that you want, which is like publish now, save as draft, and schedule and publish. Yeah. And this is how it looks. Once this is done, then like, you know, you come to a list view, and this is what the basic view will be creating, where you can see like, you know, which all categories they are in and what status they are in. And in the settings area, as in like in the top right gear corner of blog, you'll be able to see like you can create your authors and categories from here. So you can create your author details from here with their name, alt text, descriptions, and socials. Initially, we are going to just give like these kind of socials, but later on, like you will be able to add your own social choices, and you'll be able to create like if like, you know, if you want to customize it out on it. And then you can add categories as well, and you'll be able to add like categories SEO as well. So these are the things that we have you know, currently planned out, and this is how it will look. So if this is your blog, this is a preview of your blog, and if you added like a blog element, this is how it will look. And if you like, these all things are custom, but this is how it looks like. It will show up as a blog post over here, and then like this is how, if someone clicks on any of them, then this is the blog that gets created with the author details back to blog, and like the tags that are there. So these are the things that we have created as a design for as our MVP, our initial stepping stone for blog.
Cool. Thanks, Pooja. And we have one more update from the payments area. Prashant, do you have these screens ready?
Yes, I have those ready. Hello, everyone. So we have a couple of updates on the payments front. I'll just share my screen. So the first thing, is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing that we are coming up next is the recurring invoices feature. So we will be able to schedule recurring invoices on a set frequency of, let's say, daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. So you can schedule recurring invoices for a particular frequency in 2 days or a particular Monday, or let's say 2 weeks or 3 weeks on a set frequency. And you can decide the client, you can add your products, and those recurring invoices will be scheduled, and then you can perform further actions like you can maybe schedule, edit them, or maybe cancel them if you want to cancel this recurring invoice and things like that. So this we will be coming up in a few weeks. We will be making this feature live in a few weeks. And regarding the next update that we have, a major update is the coupons that we are soon planning to launch. So I can show some screens that we are actually planning to implement. So this will be something like this, that where you can see all of those coupons which you have scheduled. There can be some active coupons, scheduled coupons, expired coupons. So you can view all of your coupons at here, view the total discount or how many times the coupon has been redeemed. You can view at a single place, and then you can create a coupon from here. So you can create coupon, enter custom coupon codes, auto-generate coupon. So we are coming up with 2 types of coupon codes. One is fixed coupon codes and percentage-based discount coupon codes. So you can limit the maximum discount on percentage coupon codes. You can limit the total number of times the coupon code can be redeemed. The total discount you want to offer. If you want to restrict to limited products, then you can do that. So yes, these are some things that we are planning to launch with the coupons. So yes, these are some quick updates on the payments front.
With coupons, is it supposed to have feature parity with Stripe? Will that be syncing both ways, kind of thing?
This is one of our popular requests from our community. So we are going to enable these coupons and redemptions on memberships, on funnels, etc. So I mean, we are not necessarily looking at it from the feature parity perspective, but then it's more of the community needs it, so we want to put it out.
But you can create your own coupons directly from this dashboard. So you do not need to integrate coupons or create coupons from Stripe. You can directly create coupon codes from here.
Awesome. And guys, that's going to be it for the updates. So now we're going to jump into the Q&A. So guys and everyone, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, and we're going to do our best to get through all of them. The first one is from Stephanie. She's asking, when you test your own processes, is there a way to completely clear it from all stats in a location, or is that done automatically when the contact is deleted?
Yeah, I'll try to take this up, but I'm not too sure of what exactly happens after you delete the contact, whether or not the activity gets deleted. But
that was
Varun,
my thought process as well.
yeah, exactly. So Varun, Karan, you guys, if you have any idea. I guess not. But yeah, I can.
We should run that down. If I had to take a guess on which reporting are you thinking about, Stephanie?
Yeah, just like mainly the dashboard stats, but basically just all
so if
over.
you delete a contact, it should delete them. The dashboard stats.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Awesome. Next question is from Clay. Can we attach forms to the book appointment module inside High Level? We need to be able to gather a bit more info when booking appointments.
Yeah, we have that on our list, but it's not planned to get embedded anytime soon. But in the meantime, I'm sure you
now. So you can link a custom form to a calendar widget, right?
No,
that is the
not,
question.
Inside the user model, the book appointment model.
Yeah.
The modals
On
that pop up
the
like
platform. So I'm sorry. So are you talking about the widget that the customer self books on, or inside the platform?
So my question was inside the platform, like if you're on a customer like a contact area, you click on book appointment right there.
Yeah, then I guess it's Shanawaz's answer. It's possible on the self-book side, but not inside the platform. But that is something that we can look at.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Next one is from Zach. I need to know more about the WordPress extension of GHL. Zach, are you here? Could you elaborate a little bit more on that question?
Guess not.
Okay.
That question was from me, actually. Jack posted that. Yeah, actually, I need to know, integrate the GSL into a WordPress site, WordPress website. Is that possible? Or I see in SaaS mode, there is a WordPress icon, but I can't see anything to enable or something that. So I need to know more about that.
Got it. So I'll take that. So there are two things. First of all, high level is testing its beta for WordPress hosting, which means you can build WordPress websites within high level. In the chat, in the Zoom chat, I'm sending you a link that walks you through all the details, like how to do it, how to sign up for the beta program. All of that is covered over there. Now, the first question that you had, that you already have a WordPress website, how can you take high-level funnels and sort of embed that, or the high-level chat widget, how to embed that in your existing WordPress site? Here is a plugin. It's called the Lead Connector plugin. Using this plugin, you can take the high-level chat widget and the high-level funnel pages and put that inside your existing WordPress website. So both things are possible, and I have shared the link for both of those in the chat.
Okay, I got my answer. Thank you.
Thanks, Shivam. Next question's from Melissa. She wants an update on quotes and proposals.
Yes, I'll take that up. So yeah, probably end of this month, we will start the product work on quotes and proposals. So that is aligned with, once we put the recurring invoices out, we want to work on the coupons and get that out. So immediately after coupons, so I'm hoping, we'll be able to get started with the quotes and proposals. So it is coming. But at this stage, I'm not able to give a timeline on when exactly we can get it to live. But then definitely we are closer to picking that up very soon.
Thanks, NASA. Next question we have is from Patrick. Any update on being able to manage a client that has multiple locations/franchises? We talked about giving the location admin a single access to manage multiple locations, and if possible, be able to consolidate reporting, and etc.
Since no one else is taking this, I'll take it. So this is something we're working on. It is something we'll look to launch this year. There's a couple of different aspects here. One is being able to manage conversations and those type of things across different locations. The other is reporting, and we're working on both. So you should hear more later this year.
Thanks, Varun. Next up is Stephanie. She's asking, would it be possible to toggle testing mode for membership without having to use random email addresses?
Okay, so Stephanie so you're talking about the emails that go out from memberships, or
yeah, so specifically like the under the membership settings where you can set the welcome and drip emails, specifically for the welcome one, that only sends when someone signs up for the first time in your location portal thingy. So when I'm testing to make sure everything is looking right, I have to keep making random Google email addresses to make sure that it's actually sending. Otherwise, if I use the same email, it doesn't send because it already has an account. No. So if there's a way to toggle a testing mode or something, I don't know.
Yeah, so it actually, when you click on the thumbnail, it will open the email builder. So every email that is there, if you're using a custom email, it will open the email builder, right? And then you can test that inside the email builder.
But that doesn't actually attach to any login information, because if I'm using the same email, it's going to just show up blank. So then I don't actually see if it's populating. So then I have to go create new email addresses in Gmail or something to make sure that it populates. Because if I do send it from just the email builder, it just shows up blank.
Yeah, so that's the intended behavior. Like test emails won't have any login credentials, right?
Right, but I need to be able to test it to see if it's actually working, and I can't do that without making a bunch of random fake email addresses. So if there's a way to just toggle like test mode and then be able to go through it and have it said no matter what.
I guess the other thing you could do is when they put in test, just fill it in with dummy@test.com and dummy password or something. Just throw something in there.
No, I know, but whenever I try that, that doesn't go anywhere. So then I can't see it on the receiving end.
No, so I think we get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I'm just telling Ulysses that, just
Yeah,
throw in
so
some.
that was the intention, like we wanted to do, but like that, the question over here is she wanted to be sure if the emails are getting filled correctly. Putting in the dummy data, I don't know.
So the
if
dummy
that's-
data should work. The dummy data should be able to log in. And basically what we need to do is we need to create a test learner contact. So when she goes through the test, there's the credentials that we use. She should be able to log in using those credentials and look at how the experience is going to be for the learner. We'll figure this out. We can, this is not on the roadmap right now, but we can definitely toy around with the idea.
Yeah, because it would definitely streamline testing and everything. So thank you.
What about the Gmail Plus trick? Would that be handy in this situation?
Yes. Yeah, I guess it could. I hadn't thought about that. Thank you.
Yeah, try the Gmail Plus trick.
But anyway, Stephanie, I have noted it down. Like, we'll have an update for this. Let's see how we can pull this off.
Yeah, thank you. It just anything to make all of that just easier to test and stuff. Anything I would be grateful for. Thank you.
Got it.
Awesome. Next question we have is from Ivring. Custom fields uses on website/funnels. Are you here to be able to expand on that a little bit more? Okay, we can jump into the next question from Mary.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. Sorry, I went to come off mute. Yeah, so like I write stuff into custom fields for like affiliate type of data. And I'd like to be able to pull it up on the website. So if someone types in the form, I redirect them to a website and some of that custom fields that we stored in the custom field to be able to display on the website or in the funnel. So I could pull stuff out of those custom fields and display it.
So that works already. The only thing that doesn't work is it doesn't come through in the code. So you can't put custom fields or custom values in the tracking code, but it works on the pages.
Custom values work, but not custom fields.
So custom fields do work, but the way the custom fields work is it needs to know which contact it's linked to. So if you have a form submission on the first page, you can then use that contact custom field on the second page because it's made a link to a contact. So if someone fresh visits the page, it has no idea who that person is or what contact object that's tied to. So on that page, it won't work. But if you have a form submission on the first page, from the second page, the contact fields will work.
Okay, I'll try it again because I tested a couple months ago and it was, I could pull like a name across, an email across, but I couldn't pull any of the other custom fields I had.
Awesome. Thanks for the question, Ivering. Next is Mary. She's asking about invoices. Are we working on the ability to send an invoice?
Through automation. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was wondering if that is already there. So yeah, through automation, definitely that is also in our roadmap. So so we are working on it. But again, I don't know when we can put that out, but definitely it is on the works right now.
Great. Next question we have is from Salman. Manual action dispositions popping up automatically.
Hello. If you want, I can elaborate on it a little bit. Okay, so the thing is that we have like a large set of data that we make cold calls through. And what's happening is that randomly, for many of our contacts, the manual action disposition, like, so for example, when we make a call, right, at the end, we get like a disposition tab where there's like 4 options: no answer, busy, completed, etc. And so like randomly, like we're still talking to support about this too. But what happens is that these dispositions, they keep popping up automatically on their own. And it's a problem like which we've been facing for a couple of weeks. So I just thought I'd ask over here if I could get a
This
solution
is
to that.
disposition pops up even when you don't make a call or when you're not making a manual call, like you're just paging through contacts and the disposition pops up.
Absolutely.
Got it.
So
Or
is that the expected behavior? It should not be, right?
no, so it's at the end of a call, it should. So if you're just paging through, I mean, if you have 10 manual calls queued up and you're finishing the first call, you should see the disposition. Once you pick it, it moves on to the next call. At the end of the next call, you should see it.
Yeah, but what's happening is that as soon as our ISAs, so we have a team of ISAs that work on this thing, right? So what happens is that as soon as they get to the conversations, or when they're done making one call and they dispose that call, when they move to the next contact without making a call, the disposition pops up. We've like submitted various Loom videos about it, and I'm still talking to.
So can you just send us just throw the ticket number in the chat and we'll pick that up and follow up to see what's happening. That does sound like a bug.
Absolutely. I'll just get the ticket number and I'm just going to drop it in the chat in 1 minute. Okay. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Salman. Next question's from Anna. Recurring meeting update. Are campaigns going away? Recommend how to move from campaigns to workflows, and then need to understand the difference of team calendars versus regular calendars.
Cool. So I'll take that one. Recurring meeting update. So we are in the last leg of just doing the product work for recurring meetings on the calendars. So we are hoping to pick this up this in the month of June. So it's not really far, but then yeah, I don't want to commit to an ETA because there are some variables. We haven't completed the product work there yet. So that's the update there. In terms of campaigns going away, they're not going away anytime soon, but you won't be able to benefit of all the enhancements and all the new feature upgrades that we are putting in into that module. Like that will only feature in workflows. So basically, campaigns is on a code freeze mode, unless of course like there is something broken there that we'll fix, of course. But no new updates will funnel into campaigns. Coming to how do you move from campaigns to workflows, there is an import from campaign option that sort of eases your migration of things that you have in campaigns to workflows. I don't know if that helps. There are certain things you still have to configure manually, but then it does help to some degree. Now, finally, need to understand the difference between team calendars and regular calendars. So now this is something which we are also.
Wait, Shaw, can you hear me? So I have like 10,000 people in a campaign and I've already built out a complex workflow for them to go into, but how do I move 10,000 people?
Unfortunately, that is not something which we have right now.
Smart lists, right? You can do that. Is on the smart list, you can bulk add people into a workflow. So you can filter on the smart list by all the people who are currently in a particular campaign, and you can bulk add all of them into a workflow.
Yeah.
But then I have to get them out of the campaign because the campaign will still run.
I mean, you can just get all of them to finish the campaign, right? Just delete are they all in different varying steps in the campaign?
Yes, of course. And it's a dentist office. So these are appointments. It's saying it'll just go to the next campaign. That's a 6 month to a year long endeavor.
We do over there, usually for most people, is make sure that every new person that's going to get added in, instead of getting added into that campaign, gets added into the workflow. The existing people, let them just finish out of the campaign.
Yeah, walk forward.
Okay.
Just in general, by the way, my general advice in life is no big transitions, no aha moments, no moving from QuickBooks Desktop to 30 years of data into QuickBooks Online. Just pick a day and move forward. That always works better.
Yeah, it's just the campaign is not really working very well. It's not sending out the 2 week and 2 day reminders like it should
that's
anymore.
2 different issues. So let's go look at why the campaign's not working well and what's going on there. But going forward, so again, walk it forward from today, new people in the workflow, old people in the campaign. So plug the hole in the boat, stop the leak, right? Then
yeah, I
bail
already
water.
did that.
Cool. So then, yeah, let's go investigate people who aren't, who it isn't sending correctly. That let's deal with that like a support issue. But don't try to move people into the workflow that are already in the campaign.
Well,
Thanks,
that's
Anna.
what I'm gonna have to do.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a last question in there for you, Shaw?
The difference between team calendars versus regular calendars.
Right. So this is something which we keep hearing about from people, and we are cognizant of this, and we are working towards sort of kind of just having one version of calendar and not sort of having people put up with these two different versions of calendars. But then to answer your question, as of today, team calendars actually allow you to be able to attach users to the calendar, and regular calendars do not let you attach users to the calendar. Now, the only difference that makes is that there's a concept of appointment owners that sort of comes in, which presents you with a whole host of round robin capabilities and things which you might normally not have in the regular calendar. So that's just in a very simplistic way how Teams calendar differ from the regular calendar. And when you say regular calendar, I'm presuming you're talking about the unassigned calendars that just get stacked up the moment you create a, that's.
The answer is hopefully not for very much longer. Shaw, what's the timeline on merging those? Is that Q3?
Yeah, that'll be Q3.
Perfect. So it's our goal for the differences in calendars to disappear.
Okay, so is it on the plan? Like I have many calendars that are in unassigned, and they attach to a specific, Google calendar. And that's why I had to set them up that way. Because you have to have a different calendar for every user when you do team, which doesn't make sense for my client's business. So that's going to get merged.
All calendars will be merged nicely.
Yeah, you won't have to do anything. Nothing will disrupt for you. So you will just continue to use the calendar.
But your mic is kind of low, I think.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Because I can hear Anna much louder, and maybe she's just loud, because in general, I think she is kind of loud, but and I'm kind of loud too.
I appreciate that.
Well, it's true. You got to just own up to it. I'm like that too. But Shaw, you're real low. So just
perfect. I'll just switch my. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you for that. Anna, I hope that answers your question.
Yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Next question is from Anish. He's asking updates on the email ISV.
Cool. So we are actually currently working on the email ISV. We are working on a lot of delivery related stuff, error monitoring, how to make sure that your domains don't get suspended because of spam rates and stuff like that. So we are building this protection so that your experience is better at the end of the day. This would take us about like a month to get done with, and then we'll start on working on the billing system. So those of you who are already using the Lead Connector phone system, Lead Connector email is going to work in a similar manner. So probably 3-4 months out, email ISP will be available to most people.
Currently, we're on all the freeloaders. That means people who didn't hook up their own Mailgun accounts. See, I saw that. Melissa's like, wait, what's a freeloader? If you haven't hooked up your Mailgun account, you're a freeloader. And the good news is you're under our control. We're putting you in our email ISP, and no matter what you say or do, it doesn't matter. We're going to do whatever we want. If you don't like it, stop freeloading. But the good news is there's a lot of beta testers in there, whether they know it or not. And we have a dedicated team member who has tons of experience on the email side, and he is crushing it. So we have all the different individual buckets. We're doing automatic spam filtration. We're going to shut down accounts based on spam. We're going to move people up into higher deliverability buckets or down in the lower deliverability buckets based on behavior. So you're going to, all of that is going to be totally transparent. And we're going to wrap a billing model around it for everybody so that as we move into both the ISP, for the ISP on the Twilio side and on the email side, we're going to simplify it. So we're going to basically have a billing model where, think about it like a credits billing model where you like have a certain number of credits and you can use them on email, you can use them on calls, you can use them on text, MMS, whatever. And then it's like a plan-based model. It's like the $5 a month plan, the $10 a month plan, and then you can create your markups on top of it. So really simplify all of that instead of having to deal with, because right now I don't know, anybody who's on the rebilling, we get a lot of questions like, what are these carrier charges all about? And why does T-Mobile charge this and AT&T charge that? Our goal is to sort of make all of that sort of transparent, or I'm sorry, not transparent, but just go away. And so you can just sort of say like an SMS is 1 credit. So we're going to try to simplify that both on the email side and on the Twilio side, which is why it's taking so long, because the team is working really hard to make that a lot simpler. So you can take it out to your clients in a very easy, transparent kind of way.
Sean, with what you just spoke of, with the billing aspect of that,
yep.
Do you have, somebody mentioned 3 to 4 months out. Is that realistic?
I mean, sure. Yeah. I mean, we already do the rebilling today. I mean, here's the thing, like, as always, our team works like nobody's business, but it's a big lift. So, because originally, we were just gonna sort of like pass it through and all this, and it was just such a pain to do and such a bear. And then on top of it, there's so much more that we covered a lot more. So it is weird to say it like this because, we've been doing this for a while, right? But, with the Twilio piece, for example, with SaaS, we had all these people coming in, they would sign up for an account, fake credit cards, try to blast out big lists, take advantage of people, all of this. So we took a ton of time to put in all these like ramps now. So like somebody comes in, tries to do that 20,000 black, can't do it. They're limited to the number of messages they can send in one day, which is awesome. But then you've got the agencies like, wait, no, clients are amazing. I've known it for 10 years. I want to be able to spend out 1 billion messages. So we have to go back in and build a tool for you to opt out of that. All of these little moving parts. Whereas before we didn't deal with any of it because it was like, oh, that's your Twilio account. We don't know what's going on, right? So there's a lot of that complexity. So I think what we're trying to do is set a good timeline window so that we're like, listen, we know 100% we can just do this rock solid by that point. But if it drops in before that, great. But we don't want to set a bad expectation. All right.
So how do you know if you're a freeloader?
Do you have,
if you
go
don't have,
into the settings, go to look at your mailgun setting, got no mailgun settings, and you're not doing it at an account level or you're not setting up SMTP, then you're a freeloader.
Okay, so I always do SMTP for all my clients. I'm not a freeloader, right? Or am I?
No, you're fine.
Okay, good.
Be a freeloader.
I just did that because I was no.
Like you're on my ship, right? So like if I turn left, we're going left. Don't care what you think. So if you don't like
that's
it,
why I'm on SMTP, baby.
I'm not surprised. But I'm saying, like, for anybody else listening, that's the definition.
Well,
Okay,
thanks,
cool.
Sean.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Anna. Next question is from Audra. Repeat scheduling for social posts, funnel templates that don't bring in forms, custom fields, etc. Just awesome layouts to choose from for various landing pages purposes.
Oh, dog. Where do you want to start on that one? Should we have her come off mute? Because I feel like that needs some more expounding.
Audra, are you here?
You can't drop a big question like that and run away. That doesn't work.
Yeah, unfortunately, maybe we can circle back to it. We'll jump to Sam. Sam's question is, in browser receiving inbound calls, multiple users accessing an opportunity or primary/secondary assigned, etc.
Two separate questions.
Yeah, we got that one. That, at least that first question, Sam, I get. So, and I appreciate you being here. Who wants to take that first one? Inbound calls.
So we are actually running some experiments to figure out how much inbound calling happens in the system and how much of that is, I mean, there's some complexity here, right? So let's say a user is part of just one location. Inbound calls are easy. But if the agency user is taking a call on behalf of multiple clients, or if the same client is, bouncing between multiple locations and stuff like that, it adds complexity. So we are analyzing a lot of these patterns. And based upon that, we will figure out a solution. This is something that we want to do, but before we get our hands dirty and we start building it, we want to be very sure about how we are going to build it and how you guys are going to use it. So that's what is happening with inbound calling.
Sam, I would vote for like whatever account you're in, that's the only account you get an inbound call from. And then the second we drop that, the next comment would be like, yeah, but what about the 5,000 accounts I do inbound calls for? And then we'd be back to the drawing board. So We just want to do it the right way out of the gate and try to understand the use case. Like, is it that most people are receiving inbound calls from multiple locations simultaneously, and that would be the expectation? Or is it that most people would be happy with, the account I'm in is the account I'm getting calls for right now? That's the question.
Well, it's just because I'm both the agency as well as the only account. I've built out everything for us.
Yeah, you're easy, right?
Yeah.
Well, my whole
easy
team
case.
can't receive, my whole setter team can't receive the callbacks, from, or call connects, everything through the browser. So they're constantly getting forwarded back to their.
We know that. But what we're saying is, we have other agencies who maybe they're, like let's say like Anna, she works with dentists. Maybe a dentist has 2 offices. And so if I'm logged in, most likely what they do is they probably take all the inbound calls for both those offices in one location. So right there, you run into a use case where that user is going to expect any inbound call for those 2 locations to funnel into them. And so there, you break the one-to-one inbound flow. So we got to.
What about with the dedicated user number? I mean, all our users have one dedicated Twilio number each. That's only theirs.
Yeah, which is another complexity. So today, if you look at the behavior, many agencies set it up this way that they have 1 or 2 numbers inside the account. And even if they have like 8 sales people or, if their entire team of the SMB, they share those numbers. The moment we start enforcing that every user needs to have a phone number, it will have a lot of cascading issues. So that's another challenge. And we are actually working on a solution so that we don't have to deal with it. Like, if it's not necessary for everyone to purchase a phone number, we don't want to go that route. But all of these ideas are open. All of these ideas are being considered.
Thank you.
Well, I'll take the other one. Yeah, the multiple users accessing an opportunity. I think I know what this is, but do you want to expand upon this from the context of what your use case is?
Well, everyone I've seen in the community who runs a setter, then a closer sort of model, that I think that's what you guys would call it. The setter needs to book for the closer, but the setter needs to have some sort of handover where they can still track, and set up the appointment and confirm it, for example, and the closer can see inbound coming in and start to work on it, or work in advance, look into it, research, whatever. But both people have access, because at the moment I have to make all of my users basically admins so that they can book into other people's calendars and access, and still only one person can be, the assigned owner of a contact or opportunity.
Yeah, that makes sense. And to answer where it's at in the order of priority, so we are putting this after the company object. So we are looking to sort of devote the resources that we have on that team on the company object right now. And this is the very next item after that for us to consider. But it is definitely something which we've had on our list for a while.
Sure. Well, hopefully if it's done soon, I can stop getting all of my guys to go the ideas and upvote the things we want.
Don't most people do this through tagging and putting into different pipelines and workflows?
It's having two different users access or view the same opportunity and work off the same opportunity without swapping who's assigned back and forth constantly I don't believe it's possible.
That's what other people are doing. They've been doing it for years.
Whereas assigning, just throwing it, the assign back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, because you don't really do much of anything. Say I assigned it to Timmy, and then boom, when I do that, it triggers a workflow, and then that goes and does all the stuff with all the little fields or whatever. And now it's in Timmy's, and I don't really see it anymore. The appointment setter don't really need to see it.
Oh, so our appointment setters are basically full-blown pre-sellers. They do far more than just, they do
Yeah, but they don't need to see it anymore. It's like, this is in your bucket, this is in this other person's bucket. It doesn't need to be in two buckets.
Yeah, so right up until the appointment attends, because there's, we want to have a very high attendance rate. The setter does a heap of extra stuff in advance of the appointment, even long after it's been booked, to make sure that they're reminding or making sure that there's some communication, or they're sending in documents, that sort of thing, to confirm that they're going to be attending and make sure that they're there. Sometimes people do it, sometimes they don't. But basically, yeah, they have a dual. Both users need to be able to view and access and use it, and you can only send the assign. You can't pull the assign unless you're an admin.
How difficult would it be to assign? You can't right now assign 2 people to the same contact, right? But if you could open that up and just tag 2 people, attach them to that contact, the setter and the closer, wouldn't that solve the problem?
Well, before we go too far into the rabbit hole, maybe you guys can communicate via email, because we do have a lot of questions, and we want to get through as many as we can.
That's true. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Thank you, Sam. Next question is from, what's up?
He just said thank you.
Next question's from Nathan, and he's asking the SMTP IP reputation. How long until location-based IP/domain so we can get away from the messenger.com issue causing the spam?
Yeah,
so sure, actually, a bunch of that with the ISV conversation before.
Yeah. Hold on, Nathan. I want hopefully Varun to opinionate on this.
Yeah, the biggest issue for us is that reply tracking.
I think Shivam's got it. He's going for an answer. I just let him
Shivam's got it. Okay, good. Thank goodness somebody smarter than me has it.
Okay, so over here, I mean, the freeloaders that Sean was referring to, some of them actually did some really bad campaigns, and because of that, the MSGS NDR domain, it was on the spam horse spam list for a very brief time. And Karthik from our team, who is the product manager for email, he worked with them. We got the situation resolved. Our delivery is back to the usual rate, which is about 98%. So the problem is resolved. The problem that you're referring to is resolved. Now, coming to the other question, how long before we can set domains and specific IPs? That will be available on the email ISV. So when you're on the email ISV, you will be able to set up a default domain. You will be able to set up domains for all of your clients. And some months into the future, you will also be able to purchase dedicated IPs for each one of your clients. So holistically, with all the guardrails that we have built, all the spam monitoring and error monitoring, plus with the dedicated domain, plus with the dedicated IPs, I think we should have the best email delivery in the market. So we are working in that direction. This is the plan.
Nathan, was your question about just swapping the links out of the emails you're sending, or is it the question that Shivam answered?
Yeah. Well, you covered like 95% of it. The last thing was the obviously your reply tracking is that reply tracking snippet you've got in there. It's like a 12345 at replies.com.
Yeah.
So that one domain is causing a whole bunch of spam.
We have some discussion around using the API domain. Varun, is that what you're thinking? Like using the API domain instead of the default message sender domain? So that is also being worked upon. We are looking at a few different angles how to achieve that from a technical perspective. But again, like we are cognizant of it. We are working in that direction.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Awesome. Anna has 2 little questions about CSV, and she's asking, are we going to get CSV calendar imports and then CSV to social media?
CSV social media, yes. Sorry, Sean, just had to.
So calendar. What do you mean by importing calendars via CSV? Like, do you want to import settings?
No, I would like to, go serve a dentist's office, and they use Dentrix or EagleSoft and export. I export all their contact information. I want to export their calendar stuff as well, and then that way I can, while I'm importing the contact, import the
appointments. Because they use some garbage nonsense offline piece of junk system. But that's
which one?
Every dental system ever.
Yeah, there's some people that say Open Dental's okay, but I haven't found one dentist that's willing to switch. So,
you know what's ironic? They are from Salem, Oregon, And for all of those of you who don't know,
I think you should go kick him in the head.
I go to Portland on occasion, and I can see their office from the freeway. I drove by there last week and it said now hiring. I was like, I got to stop by someday and be like, hey, what's up? Why does no one use your stuff? So yeah, Shah. So in general, I think that the broader question is, do we imagine a world where we would support importing appointments via CSV for not just Anna's scenario, but just other scenarios? Obviously, we could do this via API today, but I just don't know how many people want to do this besides Anna.
You can do it by API.
Oh,
think
I
you can
do.
somehow import onto Google Calendar. That can work as well. If you have the email, they're all linked. You just import all of them into your Google Calendar, and that will bring it into high level.
Bingo. There you go.
Okay, it brings it in, but it doesn't count as an appointment, so it doesn't trigger them going into the workflow.
No, that's crazy.
There is a setting called allow contact creation, which you can activate under, but then it depends on like what it is. Like, are you? But I think
I can tell y'all told me about this a year ago. I tried this with a music school and another school.
Who in the support team can take this and jump on a call with Anna and share what's up?
Yeah, because this definitely works. Like I made this mistake of setting up the two-way sync, and absolutely, like even my teammates, when they booked my Google Calendar, they started receiving automation.
Yeah.
Okay, so, you get it on the calendar, but does it send text reminders?
Yeah, it's the whole 9 yards. It creates real appointments. This has been happening forever.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love for that to happen.
All right. Well, Nico, find somebody in support to help Anna with that, please.
Yeah,
Grab
Anna,
Javier.
would you be able? Yeah, cool. We'll do that. Maybe Anna, if you can just jump and make a support chat and see if you can get connected with someone on a phone call.
I'll connect you with Javier, Anna. You're good. You're good. I'll take it.
Next one is.
Yeah, I already tried support, so thank you.
Yeah. Well, Javier is amazing. And knows
he is
all.
amazing. Yep. Thanks.
Speaking of amazing, next question's from Steve. The ideas list shows that user/admin permissions granulation will be improved. To what level will this occur? In other words, what will we be able to control for users/admin permissions in the future?
That's a great question.
Yeah, the way we are thinking about it is it's currently like right now, as you can see, like in the permissions at the user level, that you can enable and disable different modules, like enable campaign, disable campaign, and stuff. I mean, in that realm. Subsequently, when we talk about granularity, we will actually be introducing, say, assigned only from it being like a global flag. It will be a flag within the module. That's one of the ideas that we are toying with right now. The other is like simple, create, update, delete operations. So those will be the things that you'll be able to also sort of manage within the module as a sub setting for each of these modules. So that's really the direction that we're taking right now. But again, there's nothing set in stone here.
So as an example, if we were to turn on the ability for a user to see contacts,
right,
then they can automatically see pipelines.
Yeah, so pipelines. So when you say pipelines, you mean like pipelines on the opportunities board or the settings?
The board itself.
On the board itself, right? So here, these will be disconnected. So here you got to go inside the opportunities toggle, and you got to like turn on and turn off whatever you need to do. So if you want to give them create permissions or update permissions, so you turn that toggle on and off. And similarly, you do the same thing.
So product-wise in the future, these need to be also have the availability of API, right? Because if you're going to set up an account with a admin, let's say, and they're buying a certain level of a product, and I don't know how you intend to make changes, and that's why I was questioning before, Sean, on how you're making changes with the, in the future on the billing aspect of it, on the configurator. But those permissions need to be all available. Any new permission should be available on the API.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I don't
so
disagree,
we drifted in.
but I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not familiar with the SaaS configurator permissions, but then I can just tell you the fact that when it comes to permissions within the location, you can actually define the permission stack and you can assign a role and you can use that role and assign it to any user you'd like. That's the architecture that we are moving toward. And when you create a role, the role is nothing but a combination of the different modules the person may or may not have access to. And within the modules, there will be like create, update, read, typical permissions, and also assigned only. So we'll try and bring the assigned only under the module. So you have much more of a control on which areas do you want that assigned only to be turned on and off. That's
Gotcha.
really the first leg of where we're headed.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Next question is from Rui. New custom messaging channels that triggers a webhook.
Rui, do you want to tell us more about what this is?
Hey guys. Yeah, if you want me to elaborate on that, basically we had our own integration client side with JavaScript, where we had a new tab to send messages through LinkedIn. And we load the messages into the chat and we allow our clients to send messages from there. But the messages are never inside Go High Level. So we would like to know if there's a way to have like a custom channel, call it LinkedIn, add a new tab, and when a message goes out, we just trigger our own webhook. So we send the message from our way, but it stays inside Go High Level. Does that make sense?
What does this not sound like custom message API?
And this is the custom provider, but over there, we do this for email today, but not for custom channels like LinkedIn, but that is on the list. So really, Karan, can you just send out a message to Rui and then you guys can connect on this and can think about it.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry. Can you drop in your email?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Thanks, Rui. Next question we have is from Chris. I second the email issue. I'm losing clients to HubSpot. Oh, never mind. That is a second. Next one is from Mary, Twilio ISV. I've clicked move all accounts a while ago and they all haven't moved. Lots are in the process. Should I be initiating the others one at a time?
I think a good first step would be just share your relationship number with us. Do you have a ticket open for this? Because we would want to take a look at this and figure out why the migration did not happen the first time.
No, I don't. I will put one in then.
Yeah, I mean, just put a ticket in and give me the ticket number. We would want to check why the migration did not happen, because usually this has been very reliable. So maybe we'll find a new case to handle.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mary Sue. Next question we have is from Mani. Will there be any option to also have LinkedIn Sales Navigator to social media inbox to CRM?
Pooja, you still here?
Yes. So this is about the inbox feature, like inbox management as a feature, right, Moni? Okay.
Hey, Nico.
What's up?
Can we reread that one, or whoever asked it, can they come offline and expound?
Yeah, Moni, are you here? The question is, will there be any option to also have LinkedIn Sales Navigator to social media inbox to CRM?
LinkedIn Navigator to, I mean, it depends.
Pooja, it's what you were saying. They're asking what you were saying.
Okay, got it. So it's about the inbox management. So idea is right now we haven't penned out like the whole flow for that. So we will require some time on that, and then like we can say that it will be coming in conversations, or there will be some other channels that it will record all the DMs and the messaging that come in. So yeah, that is something.
Is kind of a weird one because the Conversations API is sort of sitting there kind of in the documentation, but it's like very much labeled like you must get Uber permission to use it. And I have never personally found a single app that it has legal authorization to use that API and doesn't even use that API. Every other LinkedIn prospecting tool I've ever seen basically violates the LinkedIn terms of service. And so while we're hedging on that is we operate within bounds because we don't want to get shut down by Microsoft. So it's all about, do we get access to that API, yes or no? All the other channels are much easier. Facebook, Instagram, all of those, Twitter, those APIs are very open. So like the Facebook comment posts and all of that will go into the go into the conversation stream just fine. But LinkedIn is a funny one. But we're hoping to break through and get some traction on the LinkedIn side.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Pooja. Next question we have is from Mary Sue. Email builder scheduling. A client is trying to schedule their summer emails and wasn't allowed to do more than 10 scheduled emails. Is that to be expected?
So,
okay, go ahead with
it. Yeah, so it shouldn't have happened, but yeah, we can definitely check this out. So it shouldn't have happened as long as you don't have multiple bulk services enabled. So they are in process or something like that. We can definitely check this out if you have any tickets raised.
Is this in the new builder also or the old builder?
No, in the old one also, if there are a lot of processing, if they are processing a lot of batch deliveries, then yeah, we have put some block on that, but it's on bulk service part. So I would say if they have any tickets, we can definitely check that out.
Yeah, Mary Sue, can you open a ticket and forward that to us? Or do you have a ticket number?
I do not.
Okay, thank you.
I will send it.
We'll reach out for it.
Next question is from Christina. She says, I'm new here, so welcome, Christina. And this is for you, Pooja. She's asking, are these able to be rescheduled or scheduled to auto post? So going back to the social media posts, are they able to be auto posted?
Auto posting is possible right now, but recycling your content constantly, that is not possible right now. That is something that we are looking in future for our as an advanced status. So yep, we are going to do this for Social Planner in future.
Thanks, Pooja. Next question is from James. Is there any reason that I couldn't be given my Twilio authentication keys so that I can make a connection to Zapier / make so I could try to transcribe my Twilio recordings?
I remember this ticket. So James, I think you're on the Twilio ISV, and what you requested was to get the SID and auth token so that you could use the same sub account inside of Zapier. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so the only problem is, James, if we give that to you, how are we going to bill you? Because we bill you for the messages that are sent inside the high-level system. That's how we bill you. That's how we bill your client. If you have a third-party integration running and using the same sub-account in some other software or some other system, how are we going to bill you? And I think this is a general rule for everyone. If you want to do something custom, or if you have a custom system, using your own Twilio account might be a better option.
Will you be able to pick and choose which sub accounts have their own Twilio?
Yes, you are able to do that. So the best course of action here, and I think that's what we recommended on the ticket, you could give us the SID and auth token of your sub account and we will make the swap for you. And then you can go and build your system using your SID and auth token.
We'll be happy to transfer the numbers and all that. In fact, that's kind of the way we're thinking about this in general. We're going to come up with this hosted email and Twilio calling model. But if at any time someone says, I hate this, it's the worst thing ever, that's cool. Get out, use your own Twilio, use your own Mailgun. You could totally eject from the model. That's the idea. It's you get the best of both worlds.
So I have the same issue right now. I have a partnership with a software company that's a Twilio shop. Okay. And I need to add I'm on the ISV and I need to add their.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah. So how do I do it today? What's the solution today?
So just open a ticket, give us the SID and auth token that you want for that location. So give us the location ID, SID, auth token will make the swap for you.
Great. Perfect. Thank you.
And while we're on the topic, I mean, any chance that you guys could transcribe those calls and stick them somewhere for us?
The call.
We can always do anything so long as it's voted up on the ideas list. Absolutely.
Thank you.
There's not a darn thing we won't do if you put it on the ideas list. In fact, plenty of things I wouldn't even want to do that have gotten done because they're on the ideas list. See, that's how powerful the ideas list is. Even the CEO shuts up and listens to the ideas list.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
How do they do it? Why
It's already there. It's already there, and there's plenty of votes.
Sure. Let's go. Yeah, that's good job. Thanks for checking. How many votes we got on that bad boy?
Yeah, I mean, one thing is that, you know, if you post a link to the ideas board, Facebook shuts down the organic on it, you know, and then just, you know, just dies.
What?
But
what happens?
If you share a link rather than just a normal post, if you share a link taking someone off of Facebook,
yes,
and then Facebook just doesn't give it any reach. So, you know, ideas are not going to get a lot of eyeballs.
I mean, that's why it's a relative thing.
Yeah.
Sorry?
It's in the back end of the app. Every user of High Level has it in the left menu in the agency section.
That's true, but the Facebook group gets so much more exposure.
I don't know what to do about it. Call Mark Zuckerberg. I put it in the darn chat here too. How's this my fault?
Yeah, put it in the chat and we'll all vote for it.
I put the ideas
Sean,
list.
this is backfiring.
But what if people don't like you and they don't want to help you vote for it?
Actually,
telling me how Facebook downvotes something, and the great news is I have no control of that. So see, I win.
And we rarely base our as a product team, we do not base our decisions mostly in the product group. The ideas list gets much more weightage. So if you guys have to vote, if you guys really want certain
And
features
in fact,
developed,
for the record, call transcriptions have 9 votes. So
that is a lot.
It's one of the, but it's actually one of the high voted items.
I mean, it has more than that. So I can see there's 4 or 5 ideas. There's about 15 or 16 votes in total. And the call transcriptions, I guess, Shivam, you should absorb this because this is a blade. So you should have someone clean these up and merge the ideas so we can merge the votes.
yeah, and Shivam is already toying with this. So just a general update for the Twilio ISP going in the future. Taken Stir, CNAM, call transcription, like all of these add-ons that are available to us, we are just deciding on the priority, like, you know, what would you guys like first? And the best way to communicate that to us is on the ideas board. So whatever gets voted the most is going to get picked.
For example, incoming calls to the desktop is number 2 right under the calls category. So I suspect that's going to get done before some other items, unless of course those other items magically get voted up in the meantime.
Would it help if I sent some New York bagels to you guys or something?
The bagels would always help, Glenn.
Yes.
But we do have a few minutes left, guys. So if it's okay with everyone, if we can do a little sprint round to try and get through as many questions as we can. I know everyone would appreciate that. Next one we have is from Mani. Will there be also a visual planner like Poloni where you can see what the grid will look like as you plan it out?
So visual planner is currently available in social planner. You can click on like social planner given in like you go to social planner and there is a calendar view that's available to you where you can drag and drop and even like schedule things out. So I guess like that is the Ask by Moon. That is already available right now in social planner.
Awesome. Anna has another question for you, Pooja. Can we CSV upload our lists of posts?
So CSV is on our roadmap. Right now it's not available, but yeah, it's on our roadmap.
No, hold on. It gets better than that though, Pooja. You gotta really give them the punchline. It's on the roadmap for this quarter, right?
Yes, it's on this quarter right now.
There we go. See, on the roadmap could mean down the road a long way, but that one in particular, this quarter.
No, it's in this quarter.
Awesome.
That is fantastic. Thank you.
You're gonna get more love from Anna if you tell her it's this quarter.
I'm so in love already. Thank you.
All right, what's up, Nate?
Next one is from Shai. He's super excited about the functions with the social media, and he asks, can the social various interactions with the planner be used in the workflows function, like comments / like, etc.?
How so? Like,
Shai, are you here?
Do something or what?
If Shai isn't here, we can jump to the next question, which is from Karen. Any chance we'll ever be able to schedule to a personal Facebook feed?
No, because Facebook does not allow it. It's disallowed by the API. Again, not my fault. Call Mark Zuckerberg.
Judy says, I'd love to see a parentheses note space on the planner to keep tabs on events, launches, etc., so we can post accordingly.
So adding notes is something that we've added right now in our to-do list, but we need to actually run that down with several other things because like people have been asking about custom values and custom variables too. So I'll say it's on roadmap, but right now we have not planned it out for quarter 2 or quarter 3.
And I would also make sure that you put it on the ideas list and vote it up.
Yeah.
Awesome. Next question is, what about bulk uploads for social media? Not sure if you already answered that, Pooja.
Yeah, that is the same thing as CSV upload. So it's
Okay.
part of our quarter 2 release.
Awesome. Next one is from Mike. Is there a way to make email responsive or different versions for mobile versus non-mobile or screen size?
So right now that is not possible to have like.
My team know this one. That's not even a thing, I don't believe, Pooja. Is it?
Yeah, no, it's not available. You cannot screen size it according to mobile or non.
Well, you can in
It's not
MailChimp
like
or
it's not like an us problem.
You can.
You can do two
MailChimp.
versions, like you can do a mobile version and a desktop version.
Yeah, you can tell it to leave this section out of the desktop version, but add this section to the just like in the builder that you have.
Got it. Okay. Well, Pooja, you might want to. Can you just note that down, and we should run it down?
Yeah.
And then I'd still say post that on the ideas list and vote it up. By the way.
And Sean, your audio is breaking up, so you are lagging.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I think Pooja was saying we don't have it today, but not that it's not possible.
MailChimp does that, and Stripio.
Yeah.
Stripio is really powerful. Yeah.
Next one we have is from Matt. Is there any way to save a campaign as a draft, including the selected lists and scheduling?
And the subject line and the preview text. So I'm used to HubSpot where you can save all of that ahead of time. And it looks like in the new builder, in the beta, that stuff gets, like if you save it, it just gets reset every time. And I know we're still in, beta, but that was my experience yesterday.
Shouldn't that content be saved, Pooja?
So right now, like the content can be saved, but like if you click on like send or schedule, it means like, you are ready to send it out to the crowd. So, so that is the reason, like, we have kept it that way. But yeah, we can definitely tweak it around and like, allow you to save on draft if you have added like the list of people that you want to send it out to, as well as the to and the from and the preview text. So yeah, we can do that. I'll take this up as a feedback for our current release. Thank you.
Next one we have is from James. On these banners reminders, can we add an ignore forever option?
I mean, the banner reminders are usually for something critical, but can you give us an example, like a reminder that you would want to forget forever?
The phone.
Like Yext, it seems like there's been a few that just continually keep showing up after dismissing them.
So for the Yext and
maybe not as much as before, but
I'm not sure about the phone, but at least all the new notifications we have built, if you dismiss, like for example, Yext, WordPress, and a bunch of other stuff, you dismiss it once, it never shows up again, either for you or for your client. So that's how we build it. And the phone, I think, like you don't have a phone number in this account, please use it to start texting. That's the one. Okay, got it. We can definitely run that down.
Thank you. That's all.
Next question we have is from Mary Sue. She's asking, when would you use campaigns versus workflows?
Sorry, I wasn't clear. It's the campaigns in the new email builder, or you call it batch? Not campaigns, the old automation.
The email campaigns. I think if you want to send out like one email campaign, you use email campaign. But if you want to do like a string of actions, then you use workflows.
Does that
Okay.
help?
So the same as it is today. I haven't played with it yet.
Yep. Same as today.
Next question we have is from Stephanie. For the email builder templates, will these work like global sections if we need to fix a link or a look?
So templates is ideally to keep your predefined predefined content ready. And then when you go to campaigns and you want to add in more content or reduce down on the content, that's how it works. So the idea is in future, if you go to right now everywhere, everyone's not using the email builder templates and email builder templates. We will give in future a capability where anywhere they are using email email functionality, they'll be able to create it from email builder only and from email templates, and then they'll be reusing it everywhere inside the product. That's the whole idea behind it. And you'll be able to even change the links and fix the look as well from wherever you are doing it, not just from the email builder.
Awesome. Thanks, Pooja. Next question is from Ed. I have a snapshot with a website, funnels, memberships, products, and offers. When refreshing the snapshot, using push updates to linked accounts, and if I overwrite everything, does any custom content on the location get overwritten? And then there's a second part to that as well. We'll add to it.
Yeah, this is the quick answer is no. Anything custom that you create on the location does not get overridden. And on the second question, on the same snapshot, if you're adding courses and new offers, of course, those will get pushed when you push an update. So, yep. The first one is no. The second one is yes.
Just on the second one, in terms of price, will the price of that offer come over also? It seems like it went to
every pricing configuration gets moved on along with the snapshot. Yep.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Next question is from Bill Crane. Where can I find a list of specifically what can be automated with appointments? Bill, you have a pretty lengthy example here. Do you want to jump on mic and be able to elaborate a little bit more?
Yeah. With the appointments, so there's this little thing in the back end where you can do a reschedule, but there's really nothing in there for a workflow to be able to reschedule. So it's basically a cancel and then a new booking. And we're always trying to figure out how to hack that. We'd like to be able to automate it. And the bottom line is we're always trying to make it do things that then we find out after going down a rabbit hole that it really can't do. Right. So I'd rather not be trying to reinvent the wheel and maybe even be less creative and just have a list of this is what can be done in a workflow and that's it. But, we're trying to be creative and we always end up finding out that, well, the system can't do the thing we want it to do. We'd like to be able to send someone a text message, as a reminder. And then if they want to reschedule, they can just click a button and then go through a process to reschedule, but they can't. Crickets.
Yeah, I think you are trying to reschedule the appointment using a workflow because usually, we have the reschedule link in any kind of appointment notification and the user, your lead is going to reschedule the appointment, right? Are you talking about a case where you get a phone call or something and you want to automatically trigger a workflow?
Like if they get an email or a text, as a reminder, hey, we've got an appointment tomorrow at 3:00. Oh crap, I don't want to do that. I want to reschedule.
So there's actually a custom value, like in your campaign, if the trigger is of the appointment type, just go to appointments and there is a reschedule link.
Okay. I haven't seen
and you could include, include that.
The other thing is with a lot of the custom value type things, it's like it doesn't show you everything that's available. It's almost like you have to do the secret code, and it's like if you click this thing, well, it'll show you these options. If you click that thing, it'll show you those options. But it's like there's no way to just know. Like, for example, that reschedule one, I've never seen it, so I'm clearly not clicking on the proper sequence of events to be able to pull up that particular trigger. So is there a list somewhere that says here's all the things that it can do? And I've asked support, I've gotten on Zoom, and like everyone's like, well, I don't know, I've never heard of such. Well, why would you want that? Well, what do you mean why? It's like, I want to know everything it can do, so I don't have to be able to figure it out. I want to say, okay, well, that thing is there, great. How do I do it?
To Bill's point, you know, one of the things just comes to mind from a UI perspective is if you could just have a simple link on an email or a message reminder, whatever, do you want to, you know, modify this? They click it, bring up like a single modal. And at that point, you know, have a button you want to reschedule, do you want to cancel, like just basically one place where someone can just make the choice of what they're trying to do.
Could I show my screen for a minute? I mean, I know we got one up here. We got, and I'll go exactly to what Bill is referring to.
Got it.
With your permission. Biff, it looks like I am there. Am I sharing the right screen?
Yeah, so we can see your workflow.
Okay, very good. I want to show you this right here. I go into appointments, reschedule, invalid, cancel, showed, no show, delete. All of these can set up, are triggers to set up a workflow. Somebody does a reschedule. I got an email going out canceling, email verifying the new one, right? You come into here. We got appointment. Whoop. We'll run on status. There is no reschedule. I can't connect these two. This is useless.
Yeah. So
I mean, if there was, I mean,
it's a UI. You have, yeah.
No, actually, that was left out intentionally, and I think if Shana was here, I think this was a product decision. If the agent over there wants to reschedule the status, it's easier for the agent to just sort of pick a new time. Let's say you get a phone call and you're trying to reschedule something. You find a time with the lead and you schedule something right there. Or in your appointment notification, and that's what I was.
Reschedule right there. I come in, reschedule. Here's everything I need to know, right? Boom, let's go here and change that, all right? And so I'll just drop down here, hit that. I don't care what that is, save appointment. That will move the calendar. No notifications can go out on that.
The notification, a new notification should go out to your client every time the event is rescheduled.
All right, well, I will wait and see because all these are emails and phone numbers. If a new notification could go out, but wouldn't it make more sense to have it so it'll send out the old one? This old schedule, this old date, the old appointment is now gone. Here is your new appointment. Instead of just saying, hello, thanks for making an appointment. Because then they might think they got two of them. They go through their email, oh, which is my appointment now? There's no way to cancel the other one with a notification other than going through multiple workflows. And if you have one hooked up, boom, just for that reschedule button. I mean, I am all ears if somebody can tell me why it makes sense not to have it here. Why you would have all these here and not have it here, or vice versa. Here it is. It does not exist here. Because that, I mean, one move, you go right in here, right where the appointments are, go in there, reschedule. I mean, I could see this. This is somebody's nerve center right here. Boom. And have a search up here for somebody's name too would make it a lot of sense. But that's
so I agree that having those fields be the same, including delete, because like it's hard to delete an appointment when you don't go to the exact right place.
Yes.
Right.
True.
And you can't do that on Google Calendar, which it's syncing to. You can't delete it.
It's a UI thing. It just needs to be cleaned up.
It's not UI.
Well, it is, and everything's different
this
places.
Is functional logic.
So I think, a couple of feedback. We need to handle delete in a better manner, and you guys would want to take some. I mean, again, the reschedule option, you guys want that to be present in the workflow itself. I think it was left out because of some interesting cases that could occur, but I will discuss that with Shanavas and we'll figure out what can be done over here.
That's a huge hole.
Awesome.
That's all I got. Thanks for bringing it up, Bill. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yep.
thanks, Gus, Bill. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Just
Bill.
a few more questions, and then unfortunately we have to end the town hall for today. So let's get it.
But I have a question that's perfect over here. So let me just give Don an answer. He asked when the LSA reserve flow is going live. And Don, the answer is tomorrow. So it should go live tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Varun.
Thanks, Varun. Thank you.
Next question we have is from Jeff. If I create an invoice via the conversations tab for a specific contact via SMS, where can I see the invoice/transaction?
Let me take it up. So if the invoice is created on on the conversations page, this is a text to pay as we call it. So these invoices are directly created on Stripe, and we don't know the status of whether the invoice is being paid or unpaid, or how long it is overdue, etc. So we don't have that visibility into the status of that invoice. So that's one of the major reasons why we did build the invoices in-house, so that when you set up these invoices, we will be able to track the status, paid, unpaid, overdue, and how many days overdue, etc. And we will be able to integrate that into workflows for you to trigger the automations for reminders or the thank you messages, etc. So that's the reason why we have invoices. So in a few weeks we will be porting that text to pay capability into high-level hosted invoicing solution. So once we have that, any invoices that is getting created, paid, or getting overdue, everything will be all this data will be available on the transactions page under the payments menu. So currently it won't be, because the invoices are directly getting created on Stripe.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. Thanks, NASA. Next question we have is from Martin. Offline coupons. Is there a way to track and claim a coupon with a claim button the customer can click on their phone, website page, email, or text when at the business location, so they can no longer use the coupon and it tracks the use?
Actually, I asked him to actually put this in the ideas board, and we will set up a call as well to discuss this.
Oh, beautiful. Awesome. And then we'll end it here on the last question from Carlos. Is there e-sign in the process?
Yes, when we elaborate the proposals and estimates, so that's where it will be part of. You create the estimates, you send it over to your customers, and they will agree and sign, or maybe they disagree or make the changes on the estimate that you are sending, and then sign maybe for part of the code that you give. So these are the high level ideas that we have currently. We haven't nailed down what the specifics are, but then the e-sign will be going in as part of the estimates and proposals that we will be working on towards the end of this month.
Awesome. Thank you so much, NASA, and everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this month's town hall. And we were excited to have everyone here. We had so many people, and we're sorry that we weren't able to get through all the questions, but we hope that we've brought you some value, and we will see you guys next time in July. So everyone, take care and have an amazing day.
Okay,
Thank you.
Everyone.
All right. See everyone.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
Punja. Thank you, NASA.